Welcome back, everybody, to the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise here on Madden 21. We are nearing the end of season number 4 as we enter week 16 today. Our Jaguars are currently 10-4 as we have a pretty tough matchup against the 7-7 Atlanta Falcons, who do have a pretty solid roster, and that could be an early test for us facing off against a team who is competing for a playoff spot. We have not played our best football as of recent, but we are still the projected number 1 seed in the AFC. We have recently clinched the division with the Titans losing last episode. We are currently tied for the best record in the conference with the Kansas City Chiefs, but according to the playoff picture, I guess we had the tiebreaker over them because that does have us at 1. We've been hit by the injury bug pretty hard as of recent, but we do have 2 of our key players coming back in CHARK and Bob Adams. CHARK especially, it's very nice to have him back. He's the highest rated player on this team and arguably the most important player on this team. He's been gone, I believe, for the past 3 weeks, and his impact has certainly been missed. It's going to be nice having our number 1 receiver back in the lineup. And if CHARK's absence has told us anything, it's that I think we need another playmaker in the offseason. There's definitely talent here for wide receiver position, but I think we could use more than just DJ Chark and Casey Shock. I will say, Casey Shock had to take on the number 1 role, and he was outstanding. In the 3 games that DJ Chark missed, Casey Shock was absolutely outstanding, scoring 4 touchdowns, racking up 200-plus yards in 2 of those games, and last week he only had 129. So Casey Shock was really good, but we may need to find a 3rd receiver behind those 2. Bob Adams coming back is also a big deal. He's been the main nickel corner this year. Josh Jackson had to step in, and he was fine. But I think where we really missed Bob Adams was on special teams. I think that's where he's at his best, and he's one of our best special teamers, so having him back is a big deal. We still have some guys out, J.K. Dobbins, Bleet Fryerwood, and Mike Rhodes. The doctors have cleared J.K. Dobbins, but I don't think we're going to rush him back. Obviously, we have R.J. Ewell, who's our main starter, and Davion Riddick has really stepped up as a change of pace back with Dobbins out of the lineup. So let's talk about this Atlanta Falcons team. They have a lot of talent. Of course, Grady Jarrett in the middle of their defensive line. He's not even the defensive line I'm most worried about because these guys have Delvin Hines, who was the number 1 overall pick a few years back out of Westlake. Him and Jarrett are a pretty scary duo. Looking at this Falcons roster, it's fairly similar to what they had, but there are some new faces, including the quarterback position, in which they have former Illinois star Kendrick Savage II. If you remember when we drafted Koko and Wosu a couple years back, the other really good mid-round quarterback in that class who I liked was Kendrick Savage, who actually does have superstar X Factor. There have been 3 quarterbacks in this series who have been drafted with X Factor, and they all play in the NFC South. Kendrick Savage with Atlanta, Keith Fleming in Carolina, and Aiden Kent with the Buccaneers. The only starting quarterback in the NFC South who does not have X Factor is Marcus Trotter on the Saints. He has superstar development, and he's probably the best quarterback who's been drafted in this entire series so far, and he might jump up to X Factor at the end of the season. So this division might have 4 X Factor quarterbacks. As I mentioned, these guys have Delvin Hines, the former Westlake superstar who leads college football in the most sacks in a collegiate career. So far in his NFL career, he hasn't been outstanding. He has been good. He does have 6 sacks since week 11, which is very impressive. Had 7.5 as a rookie, has 7.5 this year. So overall, this is going to be a tough game. Atlanta's been very up and down in this series. Obviously, they had the number 1 pick, in which they had Delvin Hines. Then last year, they had the best record in the NFC. This year, they are fighting for a playoff spot. There are some other familiar names on this team you may know, former Westlake Hornets, such as Marcus Lee, who was their first-round pick in year 1, and a few former late-rounders in Dante Rollins and Louis Venice. So let's get this one underway. Week 16 action here in Jacksonville. The 10-4 Jaguars with an opportunity to continue to push themselves closer to the number 1 seed in the AFC have a pretty tough task today against the 7-7 Atlanta Falcons, who I believe are projected to finish as the 7 seed in the NFC if the season were to end today. So Atlanta does control their own destiny, but they know they're going to have to possibly win these next 2 games in order to make the postseason, and obviously they have a tough task against arguably the best team in the AFC. Also, for the purpose of storylines, Koko Nwosu versus Kendrick Savage II should be fun, both of whom were in the same draft class, projected to go around in the same range. Obviously, Jacksonville picked Koko over Kendrick Savage, and we'll see who does better today. Look at this play for the power back. Kyra Brooks who gets it inside the 50 to the 47. Brooks is currently the third running back on the depth chart behind Ewell and Riddick, but it's good to see Kyra Brooks getting a nice run. He's been pretty solid as of recent. Play action fake for Riddick. Here's Coco Nwosu on 2nd and 2. He gets it to Casey Shock, and the ball is out. Still out, and it's picked up by the former Westlake Hornet, Marcus Lee, who is brought down to the 36-yard line, and Davion Riddick grasping in pain. That is not good news. So not only did the Jags turn the ball over, but one of their important offensive players is down, throbbing in pain. He will go to the locker room. His day is done. Now on the bright side, the turnover might not stand as the booth will review it, and as you can see, Casey Shock is definitely down before the ball comes out. This play would be reversed. A massive break for Jacksonville. It is unfortunate that Davion Riddick got hurt, but they are able to keep the football. 2nd and 8 now at the 24-yard line for the Jaguars. Coco Nwosu, short throw, gets it back to Shock. Shock inside the 5, wrapped up at the 1-yard line. So far, Casey Shock has caught both of Coco's passes. Even with DJ Chark back, maybe Casey Shock has graduated past the number 2 receiver role. Maybe he will be the permanent alpha guy. 2nd and goal, it's Kyra Brooks, the third-year pro out of Arkansas with the touchdown. Brooks is going to have even more of a workload today as him and R.J. Ewell are the only 2 healthy running backs on the roster, with J.K. Dobbins still out and Davion Riddick now not returning to the game. Falcons have it back, 3rd and 10. Deep ball from Savage. It's caught by Hunter Renfrow for a gain of 35. I don't know what C.J. Henderson was doing there, but whatever. Nice first down gain for the Falcons. Following play from the 21-yard line, Kendrick Savage joined by Todd Gurley in the backfield. Yeah, he is still a Falcon, as it's a short throw for Calvin Ridley, wrapped up at the 1 by Zaire Wiggins, but not before gaining 20. Atlanta marching on the doorstep as they try to possibly tie the game up. 1st and goal for the Falcons. Can they punch it in? It's a handoff for Todd Gurley, untouched for 6, and Atlanta will tie this one up. A nice run for Gurley. 2 big passes on that drive, one for Renfrow, the other for Ridley. Calvin Ridley is this team's new number 1 receiver with Julio Jones no longer on the team. As R.J. Ewell loses 2, it's Grady Jarrett, one of the more underrated players in the NFL, with the tackle. Jaguars would pretty much stall out that drive, and they would have to punt it. As Atlanta has it back, 3rd and 3, Savage, a short pass for the tight end, Gerald Harmon. Harmon, his former Illinois teammate, still alive, inside the 10. He's wrapped up at the 7 by C.J. Henderson. A very poor display of tackling on that play by the Jacksonville Jaguars. That was pretty ugly. And now 3rd and goal from the 1. Can Atlanta punch it in? It's a handoff for Todd Gurley. He will dive into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. 2 scores in the first quarter for Todd Gurley. I hope you started him in fantasy. And it is now 14-7 in favor of the Falcons. Jacksonville's defense was really good at the beginning of the year, and they've been really questionable since. And today, it's been no different so far. Here's Casey Shock again, now over 1,250 receiving yards on the season. He's caught all 3 of Coco Nwosu's passes thus far. 3rd and 10, tough throw for R.J. Ewell. He will get the first down as he is able to hold on to the ball before getting hit by Monte Nicholson. That'll do it for the first quarter. Pretty strong start for both offenses. Falcons lead at 14-7. 3rd and 7 from the 40. It's a short throw for the tight end, Daniel Romer. Pushed out at the 27 by Nicholson, but not before getting a nice first down gain. And the Jags offense seems to be back in business. This time it's Romer again. Inside the 5. Can he push his way in? Not quite. He does get it to the 1. Nice start for Daniel Romer. He's been pretty good on this drive. 2 catches, 36 yards. Then on 1st and goal, Coco Nwosu dropping back to pass. He will go short for David Njoku with the score. And Jacksonville ties it up. DJ CHARK has still not caught a pass yet. I don't even think he's been targeted yet. He has been very quiet up to this point. Falcons have it back. 3rd and 11. The pass is dropped. C.J. Henderson had that right in his hands, but nonetheless, Jacksonville's defense gets their first stop of the day. The offense has it back. Coco is intercepted. That one was picked off by Justin Lane, and he is off to the races. You just cannot have that mental lapse if you're Coco Nwosu, as the Falcons will regain the lead just like that. Coco Nwosu's done a good job throughout his young career of avoiding turnovers, but the past few weeks, he's been a little bit shaky when it comes to protecting the football. 2nd and 8, Onwosu scrambling. He gets it to an open man. It's Zeke Bowman pushing his way to the 45-yard line for a gain of 18 and a Jacksonville Jaguar first down. 2nd and 10 now at the 45. R.J. Ewell gets the handoff, and he gets stuffed in the backfield. That was Grady Jarrett who brought him down, his second tackle for loss here in the first half. And it is now 3rd and 12 for Jacksonville. Play action fake for Ewell. Coco trying to get something, kind of heaves it up for Shock. Incomplete, but there's a flag. Defensive pass interference on Atlanta. Automatic first down for the Jags. The flag was on Deion Jones, the star linebacker. I don't really know why Coco made that throw, but he got lucky with the flag. 2nd and 6 now. It's going to be DJ CHARK, his first reception back in the lineup. He gets it to the 2-yard line. Great to have DJ CHARK back, even though he hasn't done a whole lot today. Then 1st and goal. Very next play. Back to CHARK in the end zone for the touchdown. Jacksonville ties it at 21. CHARK with his 5th touchdown of the season. And this one is now knotted up. Another very high-scoring game, which has been a common theme the past few weeks for Jacksonville, which could be a concern once we head into the postseason if this defense does not pick it up. 3rd and 9, short throw for Hunter Renfrow. He gets nothing. Trailed out of bounds by Josh Jackson. The Jags have it back with an opportunity to take the lead before halftime, but they only have a minute and a half to do so. As on 1st down, Coco scrambling under a ton of pressure. No go for the short pass. It's caught by Zeke Bowman for the first down. Now it's 3rd and 3 at the 46. Jags have 2 timeouts in around a minute. Short throw for R.J. Ewell. Can he get the first? Not quite. He actually loses 2. Nice hit by Monte Nicholson, helped up by Zaire Wiggins. And that will pretty much conclude the first half, tied at 21. Both offenses with a great start today, although the defenses did play better as the game has gone along so far. But 21 points is a lot for both sides. Another strong showing by the Jacksonville passing game thus far, although they really have not been able to run the ball at all. The run game has been very inconsistent. The Jags do lead the NFL in rushing yards, which is pretty mind-blowing because it feels like going on a week-to-week basis, there's no consistency. Jacksonville will start the second half off with a 3-and-out as Kendrick Savage throws it out of bounds. And the offense has it back, 3rd and 2. R.J. Ewell with the ball. He does not get the first down. Deion Jones stops him a yard short. So both defenses begin the second half, forcing a pair of 3-and-outs. And now the Falcon offense has it back. As on 2nd and 4, tough throw. It's caught. And there goes Atlanta. Down the field, still alive, and he is tripped up at the 10 by Zaire Wiggins. A huge gain for the Falcons, and they are very close to the end zone after that long play. 2nd and 5 at the 5. Can Atlanta punch it in? Savage looking to throw it. He is sacked on the play by David Harris, the second-year linebacker out of Westlake, forcing a loss of 2. That'll make it 3rd and goal on the 7. Can the Jaguar defense get a goal line stand and force Atlanta to kick a field goal? Savage looking to throw it, and it goes in the back of the end zone, incomplete. So the red zone defense clutches up, and the field goal unit will come on as it's the veteran Matt Prater, still in the league as he gets the chip shot from 24. That would have been easier for Prater if it was from 54 yards out. We know he's better from deep than short, but he does get that one fall. 3rd and 8, tough pass. It is going to be hauled in by DJ CHARK for a gain of 23 yards. Nice grab for CHARK, his 3rd reception of the game. 3rd and 7 now from the 49. Very bad pass. It's intercepted by Kendall Sheffield. Sheffield, he has open space, and the Falcons now have 2 pick sixes on the day. Another mental lapse there by Coco Onwosu, and Atlanta is back up by double digits. 31-21 now. The Jags have been moving right along down the field. They now have it at the 24s on 2nd down. Risky throw by Coco. It's somehow caught. What a great play by David Njoku, but unfortunately for the Falcons, Delvin Hines is injured. Hines never had any medical issues at Westlake, so I guess this is a freak injury. He'll be going to the locker room. His day is done. Certainly don't like to see that. Hines did have a few nice plays in the run, but did not really do much as a pass rusher. 1st and goal, tough pass, it's caught. DJ CHARK with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And Jacksonville again pushes it down to a 1-score game, 31-28. It is a close one through 3. Let's go to the 4th quarter, see what Atlanta His up your sleeves is on 2nd and 8. Todd Gurley bounces off a blocker, gets a nice first down run. Atlanta is in the driver's seat. They are up, but this is still anybody's game. If the Jacksonville defense can possibly get a stop here, they could put themselves in a nice position. 3rd and 8 with 8 minutes to go. Short pass by Savage. It's caught by Hayden Hurst. Breaks a tackle, gets the first. Cannot have that if you have a Jaguar defense. They had him stopped, but Hayden Hurst was able to fight his way for a first down gain. Another 3rd down, now this time 3rd and 14. Kendrick Savage just goes for the dump off for Gurley. This time Jacksonville does finish the play. Nice tackle by Miles Jack, and that will force a stop. The offense gets it back with an opportunity to tie or take the lead as on 1st down. Nice throw for David Njoku, who's had a pretty good game. Njoku's had a quietly really nice season. It is a contract year for him. I believe he'll be 28 next year, so I'm not sure if the Jags are going to want to pay him, but he's been really solid. Coco going to run with it, and the ball is out. Somehow stays in bounds, and it's picked up by Atlanta. Ricardo Allen recovers the fumble, and Coco has now turned it over 3 times in this game. Atlanta got very lucky that the ball did not jump out of bounds. Coco Nwosu has a busy game today, but 3 turnovers. You just cannot have that this late in the year. Atlanta is now chewing clock. Gurley gets the first down. One of the starting offensive linemen, Eisen, is injured on the play, but Atlanta has it at the 18-yard line. Jacksonville needs to stop them to a field goal, and that certainly will not help as Atlanta gets the touchdown. A nice play by Traquan Smith to lunge his way in, and the Falcons are now up by 10. 38-28, the Jags only have 3.5 minutes to go. That's not a lot of time, as on 1st down, it's caught by CHARK, who's had a really nice game. He started off slow, but he's played very well since the 2nd quarter. Now from the 36, just under 2.5 minutes to go. Again to CHARK, he gains 31, and is pushed out at the 5-yard line by Kendall Sheffield. Jacksonville marching on the doorstep. Play action fake for Ewell. Coco is sacked. The first sack of the game for Atlanta is by Marlon Davidson. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. 38-28, Atlanta is up, and the Falcons hold on and get the victory. 3rd and goal, Coco, short throw for R.J. Ewell. He will waltz his way into the end zone for a touchdown. So Jacksonville makes it a 1-score game, and they do have all 3 timeouts. They will go for the onside kick here. Jacksonville does not technically lose the game if they don't recover, since, again, they do still have all 3 timeouts, and it is easily picked up by Hunter Renfrow. So now the Jaguars need to get a stop, otherwise Atlanta will win. Big 3rd and 3. This is pretty much the ball game. If Atlanta gets it, it's game over, and Todd Gurley gets the first down. That's all she wrote. Jacksonville loses their 2nd straight game of the season. 38-35 is your final, and Atlanta will get the win here in a very high-scoring game. It was a very interesting game for us offensively. Coco Nwosu threw for 4 touchdowns, and he threw for a lot of yards. He threw for 75%. He wasn't bad today, but he threw 2 interceptions and also had a costly fumble in the 4th quarter. So Coco filled up the stat sheet for good reason and bad reason. Kendrick Savage, the second, was pretty good. He wasn't outstanding, but he was fine. Todd Gurley, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns. We really could not run the ball today. R.J. Ewell was very quiet. He had 25 touches. I don't even think he got 80 yards total. He was just not on his A game. DJ Chark was great in his return back. 6 catches, over 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But our defense was not great, and they ended up forcing 3 turnovers. We have a new injury. Orlando Brown has dislocated his elbow. He is out 6 weeks. Brown has had a really tough time staying healthy this year, and he will not return unless we make the Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure. Brown has already missed time this year. He has suffered multiple injuries this season, and he's had a very hard time staying on the field. So J.B. Givens will likely have to step up at right tackle going forward. J.K. Dobbins is back, and as you can see by the playoff picture, we are still the projected #1 seed. We did so well at the beginning of the year that we've been able to maintain the top spot. Kansas City lost and Buffalo won, so it's a 3-way tie for the #1 seed, but I guess we have some sort of tiebreaker over both of those teams. So that brings us to Week 17. If we win, we get the top seed against the 6-9 Los Angeles Chargers, who I believe are out of playoff contention. We're not going to bench all of our starters, but I do want to get some younger guys some opportunities. That includes quarterback Marsucio Alteron, who we picked in the 3rd round last year. Coco's had a good season, and I think for the most part he has assured me that he probably is the long-term guy, but I want to see what Marsucio can do in a full game, and I do plan on starting Marsucio Alteron for Week 17. We do play the Sunday night game, so I'm pretty sure we will know going in what happened with the Bills and the Chiefs. There are going to be some other young players who I give an opportunity to. Again, I'm not going to bench all of our starters, but some guys will get the week off, and hopefully they'll be geared up for once we start the playoffs. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and as always, have a good one. Peace out.